But again, how's everyone night's going? I don't think I got any answers in the chat. Potentially there's probably answers in the other chat. But, yeah. Did anyone else go to Dallas? Anyone at all? Which team were you rooting for? Who did you meet there? Did you see some old friends or some new friends? Come on, y'all. I need the interactions. Let's go. Second half coming through. BHOP's on the CT side. Bad News Bears on the T side now. Lots of utility on Swan. Pretty much Iron Manning this. Man advantage to the ace side. A little bit of damage is going to be done onto Stanislaw. But given that it's a long-range Glock, it's pretty much enough. Salas finds the one first blood on the side. There's going to be no one to trade him out. Stanislaw and Pluto going to be able to get kills themselves. 3v3 now as Pluto makes his way onto the B-side. A-side, my apologies. And he's got the bomb on his back and he's going to get it planted onto the site with the greatest of ease. Beaky, Wow, and 60 have a lot to do in order to get the bomb back from these players. And now the crossfire is going to be coming through from the Bad News Bear side after the bomb plant. Man advantage on top of all that. And they just need to be ready for this push. That little bit of utility is going to be doing a great amount of good for these players, but not great enough as Beaky's going to be taken down in quick succession. 6 is going to be the last one alive, last one to go down as Swan finds that kill through the boxes and through the skull. 2 players survive for Bad News Bears as the bomb is going to be successfully planted. A little extra money in their pockets. And most importantly, evened up on the scoreline, 8-8. Second round coming through, Bad News Bears, and oh, I actually like that. 60's actually juggling smokes and such. Bad News Bears with that upgraded weaponry. Gonna do everything that they can in order to keep this second round in their hands. Silas taking 56 points of damage from the start without even seeing a single person. That's gonna put a little bit of a hamper on your day. And it's really just all about getting that bomb down, like making sure that you lose, I'd say 2. You don't want to lose any more than 2 people in this second round. Lose anything more than that, especially if they were able to take some of those Galils into the next round for BHOP, it could get kind of frustrating, kind of fast actually. And they're readying for this execute. The Molly's going to go out. Nade traded off soon after. Does a little bit of damage to Sheikh Sula. They still haven't committed. So they know that there's going to be one towards Arches. So that's going to be potential for the rotation coming through from that player, which is going to be 60. Here's the thing. They're not only running out of time, but they're running out of utility. The peak's going to be good for this player. The flash is going to be good as well. Beaky's going to be able to take down Shake. Now, man disadvantage. They're going to make their way to the B site. And look at that. The early rotation is not going to be good enough for Silas. They have all hands on deck for Bad News Bears. The bomb goes down. Wait. Successfully. And now it's going to be retake potential for BHOP. With that salvage MAC-10 in the hands of Beaky. A dink onto Swan as he plays aggressive. Not going to be able to pay off any sort of dividends in this scenario. Now down to Spongy needs to be good for the peak. He is good for that. Traded out soon after by Spongy with the Galil in hand, and everyone's going to fall in the mix of it all. B&B, get that bomb down, but at what cost? 3 Galils now in the hands of BHOP Esports. The money is looking dire for Bad News Bears. It's looking like a repeat from last half, in fact. Every team I rooted for lost. I know how that goes. Round number 3. Totally forced into this round. We're going to see the D side of Bad News Bears. Try to damage to make their way onto the D side, and one person's going to go down immediately. That's going to be Swan Spongy soon after. And now it's a 3v5. The aggression just did not pay off for them whatsoever. Nade does a lot of damage to these 2 players. And now they just have to be on the back pedal. They just got to retreat. Pluto's going to stay up there just to see if they can eke out some nasty little rotations. Actually, they're going to keep themselves onto the B side. They're actually going to commit to this. They do have 2 smokes and a molly, so they can suss out some stuff. Hopefully build himself a little bit of space as well. But given that they only have these 2 Tech 9s and a Mag 10, it's gonna be mighty tricky, especially when you lose the bomb like that. Pluto's gonna be good for 1. It shakes as well. Hold on. You go back, honey. Oh no! Pluto was almost ready for that. It just didn't pay off. Sheikh Zula has to be ready from this aggression from 60. And he's simply not. A little bit of damage done, but horseshoes and hand grenades, it doesn't count. BHOP's gonna get double digits on the board now. P250 and a flash is are going to be the only things invested into this one for the Bad News Bears. Really, it's about getting that bomb down, taking some weapons out of hand. If Pluto can put himself into a position where he can actually do a lot of damage, and I do mean a lot of damage with that P250, then we could see a round, especially with weapons salvaged from that. I just don't know, especially the silence. Firing squad from these MP9s. 3 kills. Make that 4 coming through. Make that 5. Okay, the fire's doing a lot of work here. 11 rounds now. That's actually pretty smart if they purposely threw themselves to the fire and the flames, because that means that they're not going to make $600, but only $300. And they haven't upgraded their weapons here. So BHOP are still running with 2 MP9s and a FAMAS in the mix. Salvage Galil as well. The Bad News Bears are, for all intents and purposes, essentially on a full buy. All about making sure to do some damage, and that's exactly what you want to see. Sheikh Zula mowing down 1 and then a second one. If they can take out Stan, and they got that B site. And they're actually making their way towards it as well. Sticking with it. We didn't see that. We didn't see that. Just cut it. Cut it from the tape. It's all good. That flash might have actually really changed the course of this round, actually. Stan hits that flash. He's able to make the peak. And he can potentially, like, contest that fight. Really put the fear of God into these remaining players on Bad News Bears that are making their way up Banana. What's curious is that Spongey's contesting with Spermy at the bottom of mid. But he soon joins his teammates. 35 seconds now as the flashes go out. Util a plum onto the site. The dry peek from Stanislaw is not going to be good enough as Sheikh Zula is going to be able to take him down. 60 with the trade through the smoke is able to find one. The bomb is going to be successfully making its way onto the site. 9 HP. Sheikh Zula's got to do a lot of damage to make sure that he himself doesn't take any more damage whatsoever. A rogue fist missing his face is going to make sure that it kills him anyway, because he will develop pneumonia from the cold air that brushes across his chin. But instead, it's going to be a save coming out from these BHOP players. Money is still strong for them, but they do not want to give any weapons up whatsoever, and that is the smartest way that you can take this. So we're going to see a 9th round on the board for Bad News Bears. Exits are going to be really sketchy. Swan does a lot of damage, 260 actually. But now they're pinned in. They cannot take this fight. Spongy's going to be good for 1. That's 1 weapon that they're not going to be able to take into the next round. That's really, really important, actually. So that's another gun that needs to be reinvested. That's a potential $3,000 that need to go back into this. 3, 4, 5, actually. Hold on. Because I completely forgot about armor and util and the kits and other things like that. It doesn't really matter. Look at what they've got. They've got a full buyout. Very, very confident. There's no issues there whatsoever. Meanwhile, on the Bad News Bears side, we are still seeing that Galil picked up from the bargain bin on Momo. That's still going to be troublesome. Ooh, how dare you? 60 completely misses that shot onto Spongy. seeing that execute come through. Stanislaus taking quite a bit of damage, half HP on the man as he burns in the fire and the flames. And now it's come through. Carousel time as the push is good. Spongey's going to be good for one. Beaky's hoping that he can find something in the smoke. He does. Now rotating away, trying to make his way into the churches. He's got to find some sort of pleasure, some sort of praise from a god that he does not believe in, but he's still able to find the kill in the end. 2 kills for him as he gets taken down. 44 seconds remaining on the clock, and the bomb will go down successfully. 3v2 as Bad News Bears just need to defend this site with all their might. The 2 players that have gone down, their economies were... Let's just say they're looking for GoFundMes now. But now these BHOP players, they just need to make it expensive now. It's already expensive for them. Mutually assured destruction is now a thing that's in play. Stanislaus and Spermy, we know that these players are capable and active. But they're simply not going to contest it. Op in hand, Stanislaus is going to jet. And now it's going to be a 10th round for Bad News Bears. But there's still that scary potential of those exits. And they know it. Oh, I should have done vocal training before this. So we got ourselves a match pause, and while that happens, I'm gonna very quickly check something. 1 second. I just want to see what the other maps that are coming up are, because I totally neglected to find that out. So it looks like it's going to be Inferno now, we all know that, and then Overpass, and then Dust 2. I don't want to cast Dust 2. Anyways. Going to this round, BHOP, they've had to figure out where their finances are laying right now. And they got themselves a nice little buy. It's not great, but it's nice. It's always good when you see an MP9 come out. Best gun in the game. Bad News Bears, however, they got rifles aplenty. A little bit of utility, but I believe that a lot of it been used as well. Shakes Little spots the shoulder of one as the smoke goes down onto the CT side connector. No, that's not the right way. That's not the right term at all. This is actually a remarkably fast one. Re-smoke a little bit premature, but it's probably going to be better safe than sorry in that situation. Beaky, oh, he sits in the back. And he's not going to be good for the kill, in fact. Momo's going to be able to take down Beaky. Lots and lots of damage done, but a kill that does not equate to. Pluto finds himself one as well. 3v5 as BHOP. Pretty much separated from this round now. You're going to see the singular player of Spermy. Oh, he's going to be a rat. Oh, this is going to be... Alright, I'm keeping an eye on him. And once the exits come through, keep an eye on Spermy. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. No. No way. No, he's not going to do it. He's tapped it, but they're ready. There you go. Oh, you're living up to your profile picture, Spermy, and I hope you see this when you do. You rat. Love to see it. 11-11 across the board. So I think this is actually the first time that we've seen BHOP broken. So they do have an off in the hands of 60. Stanislaus does have an M4. Everyone else has got pistols, which, I don't care who you are, that's not the best position to be in, especially when you're in the fire of a big grenade like that is. 87, oh, hold on, wait, hold on. 87, 59. I can do this, hold on. 146 points of damage that nade did. The utility damage on this game is just insane, really. Almost gonna be good. Momo's gonna be good for one. And Stanislav somehow was able to find the kill in the end there. I blinked. What? 45 now. Swan's going to be able to flash out onto the side. He's going to be making his way alongside Pluto. The boost is going to be coming through. The boost is going to be good as Pluto gets found out by 60. The Molotov is going to ensure that that position is not going to be taken anytime soon. Through the smoke, no less. Stan finds Swan. Now it's just all going to be on the shoulders of Spongy. And he's got such a tall order. Oh my goodness, does he have a tall order. Not mistaken, he finds one head. But then he's going to be dead. Sperman takes him down. If Sperman doesn't kill him, it was going to be 60 in the end anyway. 12 rounds now for BHOP. A remarkably close game, I gotta say. So I don't know if the game is close. I mean, it is close, of course. I mean, look at that scoreline. I don't know if it's a case of that or if it's a case of like, it just feels like Counter-Strike games just go on forever now. Like, I'm not alone on that, right? Like, it straight up feels like Counter-Strike games just will always go to 20 or more rounds. Like, you don't see those one-sided affairs too often anymore. Initial shoulders have been spotted at the top of Banana. Now that Pluto has the information that the op is on B site, they're all going to fall off and make their way towards the A site now. Players are falling from apartments. That means that all hands are now on deck. The op has been ripped out from the level for the Bad News Bears side. And now as the dust starts to dissipate, you see that they're stuck in mid. They're stuck in pit still. Mini pit, no less. Downgrade upon a downgrade. But they will be making their way ever so slowly towards that A site. And they're cautious, trepidatious. But they will be successful. Now the bomb does go down. And how's the CT-sided players' chances to be a little bit nervous, a little bit scared, a little bit cautious? Spongy from apartments. He's readying for this peak. Smoke's going to be good. So shall the Molotov. And now it's going to be a push from the CT-sided players. Beaky, good for one. He's been on absolute fire this entire game. But it's all going to be on Spongy, and unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit too much. The weight of the world is too much for his weak little shoulders. He's going to get taken down. 13 rounds now for BHOP. Oh no, I did not just see that happen. Who was behind Spongy? Spongy got knifed right at spawn. So that's good. That's even better. Oh, it's gotta be, it's just bad luck for the Bad News Bears there, man. Like Swan, whenever he gets the big green in his hand, it's just like, how do you describe that, man? How do you describe that? How do you put that to words? You really can't. We've reached the 1 minute mark on this round, and you can see the players on the T side readying themselves for that push onto the B side. Folks gonna be ready, but 60's even more ready. Finds the kill, finds a second one. I don't know why they're dry peeking like that. The Pakistani powerhouse has just been taken out just like that. And now they're falling back. They're not ready for that peek. They're not ready for that push, and they're just gonna run away. In fact, they're gonna save. With 32 seconds remaining on the clock, the save call has been made. 5v2. They can't do that. They're just gonna take these weapons into the next round. And no disrespect to 60, being able to capitalize on those errors of the Bad News Bears, finding those kills back to back, it stopped them. It absolutely stopped them. Shake's going to be good for 1, but even still, BHOP, they're but 2 rounds away from securing this map 1. Now, 3 people that have to reinvest onto this Bad News Bears side, and they're still in a position where they need 4 rounds in order to secure, at the very least, in overtime. But now we're going to see a match pause, so these 5 players can figure out amongst themselves how they're going to divvy up the cash. Alright, after the little powwow, we're coming back into this one. Yet again, BHOP Esports. We're 2 rounds away, and look at all that nade damage done onto them. I swear, Swan needs to try again. He just needs to get up out the other side of the bed, because it's just not working out for him right now. It's just not. Saints alive. Now, a man down. Bad News Bears have so much they gotta do, so much ground they gotta make up. Like, not only are they man down, they've got less than weaponry, but they're able to make it work. Pluto swinging on to 60 and winning the op battle. And now all these players are pushing lockstep towards whatever site they so choose. 2 players in pit. I believe the flash was good to take. I'm sorry, to blind one of the players. Just trying to figure out what they want to do. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. They got a good bit of utility to work with, so they could suss out anyone that they need. Shakespeare is going to be taken down. Spongy's good for the trade. Now things are even up yet again. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Pluto pushing big with this big op. He's got to be ready for this push from these 2 players. Scoped in, finds one. Ready for the second one? Question marks. Flash is going to go out. Pluto going for the swing. Not going to be good enough. Falls off, and it's going to be all to do for these remaining 3 players. Try to stop Beaky in this non-stop conquest. He gets a little greedy, and he gets taken down. Spongy's able to find the kill, and Bad News Bears finds their 12. Going to round number 12 plus 15. 27. Going to round number 27. I forgot to make a tweet about this, I just realized. Second map. Which, by the way, will be overpass. A lot of players on the Bad News Bears that are stacked up real close in apartments. Apartments smoked off yet again. And that's going to stop that push from Momo. Ready, and he most certainly is. I don't know if he saw that second player. Finding the first one is a very, very good way to start this round off. Next to Beaky, Stanislaw is the strongest player on the server for BHOP. So you take that one man out, and you're feeling good. However, they still have to test with 60. He was able to find 2 quick kills in quick succession. Can he potentially find that third? Yes, he can. 60. How dare you, my dude? It's just an op game right now. It's all ops all the way through. Swan's able to find one, but he's going to get taken down by Spermia as well as Pluto. Match point coming through for BHOP Esports, 15-12. 3 rounds remaining for Bad News Bears to push this into overtime. Well, look at the economy. Look at it. It's bad. It's real bad. And I feel like the BHOP players, they have to know this. They have to know and expect that this is going to be just essentially a cannonball run push from the Bad News Bears side. And that's exactly what's coming through. All hands on deck, all feet to the ground. With knees on the ground where they belong, and Silas is going to make sure that they execute them like it's nothing. So down 2 players immediately. Bad News Bears are in a rock and a hard place. And at this point, they are shouting up to the heavens, much like Giles Corey, and saying, more weight, more weight. And that weight is going to be pressed down onto their sternum by 60 off camera. Lo and behold, Pluto last alive. Spongy, 12 HP, barely hanging on. He's got the bomb. And there's seldom little that they can do. If they can turn this around, it only takes one, and Pluto with 1 tap, taking down the strongest player in this server, not find the second one. Now it's a 1v4, 12 HP, and that's all that she wrote. BHOP Esports will take this first map of Inferno. And my mouse is dead. There we go. I'm a professional, what can I say? Hey look, the professional. But yeah, that was a absolutely crazy map. I did not expect for Stanislaw to come out swinging like he did. Beaky Wild performed very well. So much utility damage was exchanged across both sides in this match. And I gotta say, I'm still not a fan of Inferno, but I was a fan of that map, that's for sure. So we're gonna be taking ourselves a little bit of a break real quick. Everyone's got to do their things. Everyone's got to take care of some stuff. We're going to be coming back in just a few minutes, and we're going to be taking things on Overpass, which is going to be Bad News Bears pick. And we're going to see if we can convert this into a third map or not. So stay tuned if you are... Rewind that. Let's try that again. So stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. My name is, of course, SCJ. Thank you so much for coming in. Shout-outs to Cooper if you're watching on his stream. Be sure to give him a follow if you're already not. Probably are already, but give me a follow as well. I'll be very thankful for you. They'll see you until then. Let's see. That button.
Yes, nice shot, my friend.
Cheaters ruining your plays?
I have eyes on the enemy.
Bad servers stopping your shots? What you need is ECL. Advanced anti-cheat to stop cheaters. And the best servers around, all with 128 tick rate. ECL, the best way to play CSGO.
We laugh and we stop, we try not to talk about. Still your smile keep on heating up the climate, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing out, yeah. And by accident, you're getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone. Whatever it is, it just feels so real. And your eyes keep on talking in the silence, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing out, yeah. And I'm hoping you are getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. And that I'm sick of you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone.